Okay, hello, good morning, my beautiful students. Welcome to our English class. Today, our ending mind is write a short test using regular and irregular verbs. What exactly is going to be our agenda for today? First of all, we have rules for regular and irregular verbs. Then we have changed the verb to the past form. Guess the action according with the pictures. Examples of stories with verbs in past. Finally, answer activity 2 from page 92 in your learning logbook. Okay guys, so let's start. As it says in the beginning of my agenda, I'm going to show you what exactly are the rules for regular and irregular verbs. If you can see guys, let's start first of all explaining you what exactly are regular verbs. Regular verbs plus the base form, and then we have to add, as it says inside of parentheses, d, ed, or ied. We need to add the verb in the base form plus d, ed, or ied. Okay, this is only for regular verbs. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the rules for irregular verbs. For irregular verbs, guys, we cannot be formed by adding fixed characters. What does that mean? I'm going to show you an example, okay? Here it is. Base form and the past form for each verb. Arrived, arrived. This is the base form in present simple. So how can I change arrived and past form? Arrived. Okay, arrived. I am adding ed at the end. That means this is an irregular verb. Okay, so let's continue. Drink. Drink. Drink is a verb in the base form. So how would it be in past form? Drunk. Drunk is going to be the past form of drink. Okay, so that means this is an irregular verb. The first one, arrive, it's a regular verb because it ends with ed. Okay, and the second one is an irregular verb. Why? Because it doesn't end with the ed as an irregular verb. Okay guys, so it's pretty easy for you to identify when a regular verb is and when it's not. Here we have another example for irregular verbs. In the base form we have buy, feel, and win. So how would it be in past? Bought, felt, and won. Okay, so these are some other verbs for you to identify them. Okay, some of them you already know. Okay, for example, win and won, buy and bought, feel and felt. Those are irregular verbs. Okay, it's very easy, pretty easy to identify them because it doesn't end with the ed at the end. Okay, so now let's continue with the following information, guys. Look at the verbs and spell the past form of each one. Okay, add, how would it be in past? Added. That means this is a regular verb. How can we identify? Because it ends with ed. Okay, draw, drew, learn, learned. Okay, this is another verb which is regular because it ends with ed. Have, has, make, made, cleaned, cleaned. Those are regular verbs, okay, because it ends with de, and cleaned as well. Tell, told, used, used. I am adding ed at the end. It means that this is a regular verb. Say, said, moved, and moved. Okay, you see the pronunciation change as well. Moved and finally said. Okay, all those verbs, guys, are regular. The ones who are not regular, we have told and drew. Okay, guys, drew and told. Those are irregular verbs. So it's pretty easy for you to identify them. Let's continue. Spell the verb in past according with the picture. Jump. How would it be in past? Take a few seconds for you to think about it. Okay, there we go. How would it be in past? Let's see. Jumped. We are adding ed at the end. That means this is a regular verb. Let's continue. Walk. Walk. How would it be in past? How can I change walk in a past sentence? It's going to be walked. This is a regular verb because I am adding ed at the end. Okay, let's continue with the following one. Dance. Dance. How would it be dance in past form? Dance. I am adding ed at the end. That means this is a regular verb. Let's continue. Draw. Draw. Draw is an irregular verb. Look. How would it be in past? Drew. It doesn't end with ed. It is totally different. So that means that in this example we have an irregular verb. Breathe. Breathe. Breathe, it doesn't change. It's the same in present and is the same in past. So it doesn't change. So that means that it's very easy, guys, for you to identify read. Okay. In the following exercise, guys, this is a test. I'm going to read the test and you have to analyze the words involved. Okay. Luis got a new book. The book was about animals. Luis loved animals. The book had lots of pictures. It had pictures of different animals as dogs, cats, pigs, cows, and chickens. Luis began to read the book. Then he turned the page and noticed that only the first page had pictures of animals. He wanted to look more animals on it, but it hasn't. So what I want you to notice, guys, is that we have some irregular verbs in this test, but we have regular verbs as well. How can you identify regular verbs? As I told you at the beginning of this presentation, guys. Looked. Loved, it ends with ed. Okay. And got, it doesn't end with ed. Okay. Here we have another example. Began. Began. This is a past form of begin. That means began is a verb which is irregular. This is an irregular verb because it doesn't end with ed. Another example, noticed. Noticed. This is a regular verb because it ends with ed. Pretty easy to identify them. Okay, so now, guys, according with this, I need you to please go and open your learning logbook on page 92. Page 92. Get into pairs and read the past tense verbs in the first column. Write the present tense forms in the second column. Check with a tick the regular column if the verb is regular. Check with a tick the irregular column if the verb is irregular. I'm going to give you guys the first example. In the first line, we have past tense. Asked, became, decided, found, got, and knew. All of them are in past. Okay? What exactly we have to do on this? We have to change the verb into a present. For example, ask. Okay? Take a few seconds, guys, and analyze if ask is a regular or an irregular verb. Exactly. This is a regular verb. How do we know this? Because we have ed. Okay, it's pretty easy, right? Let's continue with the following one. Became. Became. How would it be in present? It's going to be become. Okay, now we have to analyze if this is a regular or an irregular verb. There we go. This is an irregular verb. Why? Because it doesn't end with ed. Okay? Very good. Let's continue. Decided. Decided. How would it be in present? Decide. Okay, this is in present. It's the same procedure. This is a regular verb. Okay? So, put a tick. How do we know this? Because it ends with ed. Okay, guys? Let's continue with the following one. Found. Found. How would it be in present? It's going to be find. Okay? How do we know if this is a regular or an irregular verb? Does it end with ed? No, it doesn't end with ed. So that means this is an irregular verb. Okay, let's continue. Got. How would it be got in present? It's going to be get. It's the same procedure. This is not a regular verb. How do we know this? Because it doesn't end with ed. So that means this is an irregular verb. Okay, let's continue with the last one. We are doing amazing. New. New. What is the present of new? No, this is the present of new. Is this a regular or an irregular verb? Obviously, this is irregular, guys. Okay, correct. How do we know this? Because it doesn't end with ed. Okay, are we clear on this, guys? Excellent. I'm going to erase the board, okay? Okay, guys, you did an amazing job. That is the end.